Hello everybody, welcome to a Facebook Live with Jeannie. I am Jeannie Nielsen, the card lady, and I'm very excited to be here with you today. Somebody once said that getting it done is better than perfect. I don't remember the exact saying, but I am going to get it done today. I didn't get to do my Facebook Live this week because I was working some extra hours. I thought maybe I'd get to it on Thursday, and I didn't. So I thought I'd get to it yesterday, and I didn't. So today I am getting to it. Yes, you're not going to be able to know exactly when I'm going to go live. I may go live again next Sunday afternoon. We'll have to see. But I do have a team meeting on Sunday too, so that might be a little bit hard. But anyway, I wanted to say hello and say welcome. Thank you for watching me. I am Jeannie Nielsen. I'm located in Lynnfield, Massachusetts, 20 minutes north of Boston without traffic, with traffic, hours. Anyway, home of the Boston Celtics, who I hope are going to take it away with the basketball championship. Anyway, I wanted to say hello, and I wanted to talk to you today about the Country Birdhouse stamp set. This is the Country Birdhouse stamp set. It has matching dies. Do I have the dies here? I have them close. I don't have them here. There's a little bit of die cutting, which could also be fussy cutting, but you are going to need the stamp set in order to do this class. Mostly for the birds, because everything else, there's a lot of die cutting in this, and I did a lot of it for you. If you place a $50 order in my Stampin' Up! Online store, I'm going to send you this card class and some embellishments just for free. You don't have to do anything except place the order using the host code that I'll put in the description. If you don't use the host code, I'm not going to not send it to you, just to let you know. If you live around here, you can come to my class for free if you place the order. I'm doing one more last hurrah card class next Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, mostly because I forgot that I have a prior engagement at from 10 to 12 representing our church at the Wakefield Festival by the Lake. So come see me there if you live in the area. Anyway, I love my cards today. Love them all. Only one of the dies was not from the Country Birdhouse stamp set. You know what they didn't include in here? They didn't include a branch, and I'm a little disappointed about that, but I found one. I found one from the Fluffiest Friends. I don't know if you remember the Fluffiest Friends when you've got the bird. One of the dies is a bee's nest, a beehive, and it's hanging from a branch. Well, I used that one. And there's also the nest, which also could fit there, even though I never, ever, ever used the nest. Oh, there's a bird that you could use if you don't have the Country Birdhouse stamp set. And you just have to do your own sentiments. But anyway, I love one of the sentiments here. Hoping you have the best day ever. Let's flip down, get to business, do our cards today. I have 4 of them. Love them all. I hope you do too. Thank you for joining. Please leave me comments. Leave me love. I love to read the comments. If I see them, I'll respond to them. If I don't see them until after the recording is done, I'm going to tell you, please, please, please leave me a comment and I will respond to every single one of them. Tell me how gorgeous a day it is by you. Today, 80 degrees, couple of wispy clouds, beautiful here. So I hope you are either watching this outside, on the beach, or you're going to watch it later. Okay, let's flip down or flip up so I can flip down and show you the cards. Country Birdhouse today. Okay, we're going to go up. There's my beautiful textured ceiling. Flip down. And here's my nice glass mat that we're going to stamp on today. I'm going to start with the easiest class here. This is the easiest card. I've already done a lot of the die cutting with the help of my team member, Shirley. I use the Country Wood designer paper. It's beautiful. It's back ordered, I think, until this week. Get it when it comes back because it's beautiful. One of the other cards, I did use the Country Lace designer paper as well. But anyway, the Country Wood, you see all the detail, the grain of the wood. It's all very textured, very country-ish, very rustic. I love it. And then, of course, these flowers are part of the stamp set. So let's get to business and make this card. I started with a thick piece of basic white cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. I've got all my pieces here already. Put that card there. I'm having, like I said, another card class next weekend, if you can make it, next Saturday at my house here in Linfield at 1 o'clock. So I have here 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of basic thick white cardstock. I have our new Pretty in Pink. Isn't that a pretty color? Pretty in Pink. This is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And then, of course, this one is embossed, and I can't remember the quatrefoil embossing folder, I believe. This is 3 1/2 inches by 5 1/2 inches, and I embossed it. I love the how some of it is more detailed than others. It makes it look very country-ish. Is that a word? Okay, so I'm going to use my white Tombow glue. I love my Tombow glue. I'm going to put it on my Pretty in Pink cardstock, 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, and we're going to attach it to our card front. And we can attach it right away. We don't have to worry about doing any ribbon on this card. But after we attach this, we're centering it left and right, top and bottom. And top and bottom, of course, is flush with the top and bottom of the card. Okay, next, let's build our birdhouse. So I have here one of the Country Woods papers, designer papers, and I've already die cut it. And I have to grab the dies because I have to show you. There is a die. Okay, here we go. There is a die for the birdhouse. So these are the dies. I've got a couple more dies on here too that I haven't included. That this is, of course, for your perch, your base, not your perch. This is part of the roof line. If you want it to be a detailed gable, a pretty gabled birdhouse, this is our detailed die. It does not cut out the dots. It just cuts out the scallop edge. Then, of course, here is our birdhouse die. It doesn't cut out the middle. You can do that. You have a stamp, and the stamp, let me show you the stamp here. There is a stamp, and I didn't use it on any of my cards. This is one of the stamps, and it has the gable and everything. It has the holes. It was just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit too detailed for me, so I didn't use it at all. But anyway, you're going to die cut your birdhouse out of the paper. And what I ended up doing was cutting a strip of 4-inch by 12-inch piece of paper. And then I would pretend this is my designer paper going this way. I'd cut one out here, and then the next one I would cut out like that. And I was able to get about 5, I believe, out of every piece of paper. It might have been 4, I can't remember. But 4 inches is about the perfect height for die cutting this birdhouse. Now, let me get all the pieces out because we're going to need all of our pieces here. I already, like I said, I die cut the flowers. I die cut the roof line. I have just a scrap of early espresso cardstock here, and I'm just going to attach that right behind here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be attached. I find it easier to put the glue on the back of here rather than on the back of the brown, because who knows. And then it doesn't matter what it looks like because nobody is going to be seeing this, right? So nobody's going to be seeing that. And I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals here. Got my dimensionals right here. I might even use some dimensionals right on the edge of the brown, the early espresso, just so it's going to hold that piece of cardstock in place and not have it slip sliding around. So we're going to do that first. I hope you have lovely weather where you are. It's already June 2nd. Can you believe it's already June? I can't believe it. I hope some of you were able to take advantage of the starter kit special in May. I've never seen such a great starter kit special as they had this time around. When I signed up 16 years ago, it was probably closer to $200 for the starter kit, and I had to pick out everything, and it wasn't easy. I think I even called my order in, actually, because there was no such thing as online ordering yet. This piece of cardstock, it has the white and gray weathered looking designer paper on the back. But what I'm going to do is attach this to my roof line. So you see I just added a little bit of glue there, and I'm going to attach it right here. And you can see exactly where to attach it. Just like that. And then I have already cut my scalloped roof line here, my gables. Like I said, you can see the dots a little bit. If you look at it, you can see the pretty design of it, but it does not cut out the holes, which is really nice. I'm going to add a bit of glue here too. And it actually tucks right underneath, so you know exactly where to place it. I didn't end up, there was a die, I have to tell you, and I didn't end up using it. There was a really, really thin roof line die. I never used that. I guess it would go right over top of here. I don't know if it would, I think it would, maybe you do that instead of the scalloped gable roof line. There we go. Okay, now I've got I've got an extra one. I've got my base, same paper, that's the white and gray on the back. Oh, there must be another dog outside because my dogs are barking. Mickey and Minnie. They're going to be 11 the end of this month. Can you believe it? Okay, so I've die cut a bunch of bubble bath, no, Pretty in Pink, I'm sorry, Pretty in Pink and Lemon Lolly. I'm just going to attach them up at the top with some dimensionals. Oh, it sounds like my grandson and granddaughter are here. So, and my daughter. So I'm sorry, I'm going to make this quick, and I'll show you the other cards because I didn't know they were coming. So let's just finish that real quick. Let's see, here's another Pretty in Pink that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to attach that right next to it. All kinds of activity upstairs. I didn't expect them today. Okay, I'm going to attach a couple more down here at the bottom. Right there. I guess my timing is not great for today, but that's okay. Maybe that's why Mickey and Minnie were barking. Let's pop up. No, we're gonna not pop up. We're gonna attach these straight on. The yellow here. Lemon Lolly. I love the sizes of these. Is there another Lemon Lolly? I don't see another Lemon Lolly, so I guess it's going to be a pink down in the corner here. And then I'm just going to add some iridescent pearls. There we go. Oh, I forgot. This is like the berry sprig from the Boughs and Berries, the Bough punch. Love this punch. It matches the Layering Leaves punch, which has the best sentiments ever if you're making a card. We're going to stick this underneath, just like that. There we go. And let's take your pick tool, and we're just going to add our iridescent pearls right to the center. Right there. I wanted to finish this package off, which we did. And let me use my new package. There and there. I'm just going to use a big one on that one. Isn't that pretty? So that right there is our card. Now we can stamp a sentiment in there. I told you that I love the sentiment that's in this stamp set. Wishing you the best day ever. Let's stamp that in. You know what? I'm going to stamp that in espresso. Oh, and I forgot. I'm missing. Oh, I'm going to have to do this separately. One of the things that I have on this card is my post. And oh, you know what? I'm I'm going to take it out of this card that's ready for next week, and I'll just have to remember to replace it. And I'm going to do it the way my team member Shirley did. She said, I wasn't paying attention. I think I did it upside down. Well, I kind of like the way she did it. She did it like that. Isn't that so? That's so pretty, just like that too, isn't it? So we're going to glue that down upside down as she did. Just a little bit of glue there, just like that. I'm going to attach this to the bottom. I'm sorry, I was probably just off camera, wasn't I? Just like that. Let me take my paper snips and just cut this off flush with the bottom. Just like that. There we go. Let's try to make it straighter. My birdhouse was not exactly straight, was it? Okay, so there's our card. We're going to stamp on the inside, hoping you have the best day ever. Here we go. I'm going to use early espresso because a lot of our trim is espresso. I like to use memento because it's nice and crisp, but there's our stamp. Do we want anything else in there? We could put another flower in there, or let me find it. We could stamp our bird. Let's stamp our bird down in the corner here, just like that. And ta-da, there is your first card. Super easy because you already have everything die cut for you. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let me put the flower back in here. And we're going to move on to card number 2. I want to show you this card too, because this was kind of fun. It's a little bit different. I'll show you the other cards in a second, how we made them, but you don't really need to know how exactly I made them. So let me just show you this one, because this one was different and really fun. What I did with this one was I have my early espresso cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. Oops, you know what? This one is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. Pick your favorite orientation. If you like it to be, what does somebody say? This is like the hot dog, and this would be like the hamburger bun, right? The hot dog bun and the hamburger bun, you know, nice and just like that. I took one of the DSPs, this is the DSP, and I die cut the birdhouse out of it, and I'm attaching that right to the paper right there. I haven't figured out how to use this one yet, but I will. I'm sure there's going to be a way. To me, that looks like unfinished floor. So it's not my favorite paper in there, but I do like the weathered green. It's got that copper patina almost. So here we have our DSP 4 by 5 1/4. So you can get 6 out of each sheet of paper. And you die cut this out of the center. Make sure it's centered, and then wait till you see what I did. Okay, I don't know what that note is supposed to say, so because I couldn't figure out what it was supposed to say, I decided it would be a good scrap. What I'm going to do is take my crumb cake straight roof line, just like that, just like that. You know what? This might be a good place for that, the little one that I was talking about. Maybe that would be a good place to do it with, like maybe Lost Lagoon or something the same color as this, or maybe more of the early espresso. But I don't have it ready, so we're not going to do it now. But what I am going to do is just put this in here like this. This is my roof line, and I'm just going to fit it in just like a puzzle piece, just like that. Perfect. And then we have our base, and I decided to use my base as my sentiment label. Yes, I'm taking a big chance. I'm putting it on. It's a photopolymer stamp, so I should be okay to stamp it right here. But do you see what I mean when I said that I fit it in just like a puzzle piece? Okay, let's see. Here's my happy birthday. Let's get my early espresso right here. And I'm going to stamp. I'm not stamping. Oh, that was almost upside down. If we did, we'd just cut another birdhouse base and we'd stamp it and we'd glue it right over top. So No worries if I did stamp it upside down, but luckily I looked before I did that. Oh, okay, so now this is the fun part. So I did two things. First of all, with Memento, I am going to stamp my bird. And I haven't cleaned my ink, but it's okay because it was early espresso. So I don't mind if that gets in my black ink because the espresso is still even a little bit lighter. Okay, oh, and then I'm going to do one more bird, right? No, I'm going to do it in Memento again. I wasn't thinking. Okay, one more bird, and I'm going to stamp it off to the side like that, just like that. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with this, so I don't need the espresso at all. Let me close up my Memento. And I have my blends. I'm not going to put together the whole card, but I'm going to start. I have the light pecan pie, and all I'm going to do is just color in my bird here. And I'm just using one color, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do just to give it a little color variation. It could be a sparrow, right? Let me color in this one too, because I don't know how much. You'll see what I'm going to do in 2 seconds. And there is another thing that you could do. If you wanted them to face opposite directions, of course, I could have stamped one of these birds, and I would probably have done this one, I'm thinking, because it's not so worrisome to do the whole bird. I could stamp it on my silicone mat and then press my cardstock into the inked silicone mat, and it would give me a reverse mirror image. What I have here is a 1-inch punch, and I'm going to just like this punch him out, or her. Oh, so I didn't show you what I wanted to show you. I've got my color lifter here, and I'm going to lift off some color on the belly, and maybe even a little bit on the feathers, the wings. And it's nothing crazy, but it's enough to give it a little bit of interest. So there we go. You can see it a little bit already starting to lighten up. And this one I would die cut. You know what? I'm not going to do that now, but I am going to show you. What I'm going to do now is just attach this bird here, kind of straight on. And you know what? We need a little bit of yellow for the beak. I've got some Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to color in the beak just a tiny bit on both of these, and maybe even the feet. They could be kind of orange. I haven't looked at too many birds' feet lately, but it could be dark brown, I suppose. But anyway, I'm giving the beak. I'm going to just attach this here, just like that. And I'll do this one straight on, like that. And then this one, you know what? Rather than pulling out my... It'll be a lot faster to die cut it, except that I have to pull everything out. So I'm going to fussy cut it real quick. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pop up this bird, and I'm going to angle him so that it looks like he's looking up at the bird that's in the birdhouse view. Right in the, instead of being in the doghouse, you're in the birdhouse today for this class. So you know how you get in trouble with your kids, or kids get in trouble with you or your husband or whatever, and you say, well, I was in the doghouse. Well, we're in the birdhouse today. Okay. See how I'm moving my paper to cut instead of moving my scissor for the most part. That's the easiest way to cut and get some detail. Okay, so what I'm going to do is tuck my bird under here. You know what? I'm going to put it on this side just for a little bit. I'm going to glue it down straight. And I can't pop him up because I want to tuck his legs underneath. So I'm going to, let me peel that up a little bit, just like that. Yeah, they're both looking at something off in the distance. And there you go. When I did this little piece, this is the bottom of my fancy birdhouse post, and I just put it on the edge of the paper. I'll show you just like that. I just did where the feet kind of hit. That's where I decided it was good. I did that, and I attached this here. And what I'm going to do is just attach it, and then I will again trim off the excess. So here we go. Just like this, we're going to attach it. You know what? That'll be fine. It blends into the bottom of the paper, but I don't think that's centered though. So let me center it. Oh, Nathan sounds like he has a dog toy. There we go. That's it. I could add some dots up here if I wanted to. I didn't choose to add any dots, but this is my second card. Let me show you the third card. This is the third card. I used the fern embossing folder, and all I did was do this in red, white, and blue. Now this one, if I'm doing that, I put a little bit of Night of Navy behind my bird holes. So you'd have to cut out the bird holes. And, oh, this is something that I wanted to tell you. I could give $5 to somebody that can figure out what this piece is for. When it cuts out, actually, it looks like a steering wheel. It actually cuts out a ring, and I'm not sure why. It leaves the excess, the circle that I see inside these holes, that's what it leaves. So it does cut out the hole, but it gives me a ring as well, and I'm just not sure what that's for. So I'd have to look at a few more cards, but $5 to anybody that can tell me what that piece is for. So that's that, and of course this is our smaller ring, which would cut out below. And I just did this one about even with the end, you know, the sides here, and the other one just a little bit lower. Here, this is the branch that I was telling you about from Fluffiest Friends Dies, and I added some Granny Apple Green leaves, and these are from the stamp set. So the leaves are part of it, the flowers are part of it. And I chose to hang it from the branch with a bow. I could have hung it with a red bow, I could have hung it with a brown bow, could have hung it with a blue bow. I chose a white bow. Nice and crisp and clean. My only complaint is that this kind of blends into the base of the card, but otherwise I showed my son this card, and it's a red and blue bird, and he said, "That's not a bird. That's not a true bird." I said, "Well, it's a bird." But I have poetic license when I'm making my cards. If I want to do a purple and yellow card and there's no such thing, it doesn't matter because that's my choice, right? I used some of the iridescent rhinestones. I believe that's what they're called on this. The sheet looks like this. Boy, it's noisy upstairs. I better close this up quick. But anyway, so that's my card. I tried sponging the green, but I lost the effect of the red, white, and blue here. So I decided this is the reverse of the fern folder because the other side was the green sponging that I didn't like. So, and then of course, stamp anything you want. Stamp some flowers inside. Let me show you the last card. This one is the last one. This is the Country Lace designer paper I was talking about. I actually used the Thoughtful Expressions stamps, the flowers, and I was thinking there are some flowers in the stamp set, these, and I was going to use them on the side if I didn't have company that appeared. So I'll have to show you a card made with that as well, instead of with the Thoughtful Expressions paper. And of course I have the dies, so even though the dies weren't continued, the stamp set was. I'm going to use the dies when I can. This is another one of the brown wood designer papers, and here's our scallops and our stamped scallops. I love the eyelet. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. So what I did was the petal pink birdhouse. I embossed it with the eyelet folder. Let me show you what that looks like. When I did the eyelet folder, this is what it looked like, and that's a lot of detail, almost too much. But lo and behold, I cut out my circles, and here I have my birdhouse. So,
are you on Facebook Live?
I am. He wants to say hi. I'm going to flip back. Hang on one second. And you can say hi to Nathan.
Oh, hello, viewers. Say hi, people.
Yep, this is my
Hi.
grandson and my daughter. This is Lindsay and Nathan.
Hi.
So, anyway, thank you so much
you
for
don't
joining.
Have to stop. Keep
Yes,
going.
nope.
This is your coffee.
But
Okay.
don't go. I'm going.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
Hi to everybody.
thank you, Shirley, for watching. Oh, you're right. We did cut them together. The lemon lolly flower was on the back of the pink one, she said. And I probably glued them together now that I didn't see that. But anyway, this is kind of loose. But anyway, wanted to say thank you for watching. I'm going to put this on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed today's Facebook Live. Join me next Saturday, if you can, at 1 o'clock. And we're doing one last hurrah live class. So have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and thank you for watching. Keep stamping. Bye.